Hello everybody, we are back. If you watched the previous couple of videos, you know what's coming, a bunch of pickups videos this month. I talked about that. And we
Get ready.
Yeah, because some of these, we've kept up with some of the, oh, I found this crazy thing today, like the Wizard of Oz, whatever, but a lot of the general pickup stuff we haven't really touched since maybe February, so...
Feels like forever.
It's been a while with all the move and everything. A lot of stuff just haven't really been able to do that. But yeah, and if you haven't seen it, our new place, I did a tour video. I'll put that in the description at the end too, of the media room and then the office upstairs. So check out those two rooms and see what you think. And maybe you noticed a couple of these in that video. So some of these were up there on the shelves already. So we are going to go through DVDs in this video. The whole video is just additions to the DVD collection because this is by far the biggest category of editions over the past half a year, 3/4 of a year. So we are going to get going, and a stack of Robin Williams stuff, so a man that we both dearly miss, and movies that we absolutely love. I remember seeing something on Twitter that was trending a while ago. People were talking about, who do you actually cry when a celebrity died? Like, because it's so different. And the number one answer was just like Robin Williams, Robin Williams.
That was the only one.
So everyone else, yeah, like occasionally you heard like Bowie or people like that, or Michael Jackson, but it was mostly...
I cry.
And I said George Michael, I think I was the only one who said it, but...
Okay.
But, yeah, Robin Williams. So, Bicentennial Man. Not one of his best movies, but I think underrated. I think it's better than a lot of people give. I think it's better than a lot of people give it credit for. A sealed special edition of Good Morning Vietnam. I like that one.
I don't think that one's underrated. I think everyone
that
likes
one's really good. This one, we had a different edition of this. Now we have a sealed Good Will Hunting.
So again, nobody underrates that.
Yeah, this
is
like
everyone's like...
Yeah, but this one has some different special features compared to the edition we already have. So the fact that it was sealed for like less than $1, I was like, okay, yeah. Your mom's favorite Robin Williams movie.
I don't understand.
Not one of his better ones, but she loves this one. So we have RV.
Just because it's her initials, and it's an RV.
And it's an RV, and her parents go out like with their RV on trips all the time, camping and things like that. So. But no,
I don't understand.
I swear, this is one of her favorite movies ever.
It is. She was just talking about it yesterday.
I see the DVD.
That's her favorite.
The DVD is out all the time. I see the case lying there. One that we need to rewatch this one. We haven't seen it for a while. This is a double pack, the Laugh Out Loud double feature. There's all these different
I never realized
value
there
packs
were so
now.
many.
Well, it's just in the past like 4 or 5 years on DVD and Blu-ray. All these 2 to upwards of 8 movies on like 2 to 3 discs, and there's all these collections out now because a lot of them is just so much cheaper to produce. They have like
but you can
8
get some
Arnold
really
movies,
good,
yeah,
especially when you get it by weight.
Yeah, when you get it by weight, and when and a lot of times too, they're not movies that like you're gonna want a big special edition or a steel book or something like that.
I don't know.
They're just like,
totally have a steel
but they're just like
edition.
movies like, oh, I kind of want to watch that movie, or like I want that movie. So this is a double pack with the interview, and this is the end. And the interview we had seen before. That was funny. This is the end we had not seen, but I remember seeing previews, and it was exactly what I thought it was going to be. One of those like every celebrity like they have an association with ever, like one of those types of movies. But it was pretty funny. You liked it more than I did.
It was really funny.
You liked it more than I did.
The man-seeking woman man was in it. I like him.
It was good. I like a lot of
Rogen.
these people, but I think I like them more in moderation than you do. Like we were just talking about some of the jokes that for me it was like, okay, that was funny for like a second. But then they went on for like 5 minutes, so...
No,
but,
you don't have a raunchy sense of humor.
Yeah, it's true. It is more raunchy. Like Sausage Party, you liked a lot more than I did.
Oh my gosh.
This one, I get the bad reviews, but it was still entertaining. I think it was entertaining. I think it wasn't as bad as... It wasn't great, but it was at least entertaining. And sometimes for a movie like Winchester, sometimes this is what you want out of this kind of movie. Like, I'm not expecting a masterpiece. I'm expecting just to, like... Can I have fun for an hour and a half? And like
Yeah, it wasn't bad.
But it was cool, and I think we enjoyed it a lot too because, and a lot of why Helen Mirren seemed to wanted to take the roles, an interest in the actual story.
Yes.
So like it was an interesting, obviously
the documentary
absurd version, but like the documentary we watched about it was better, but like having an interest in the actual like Winchester house and everything it made it just kind of a fun spooky movie.
That's definitely on our bucket list.
Yeah, definitely one I want to go. Yeah. We both love this movie. We did not have a copy of this. So
I can't believe we didn't have a copy.
Yeah, we didn't. Practical Magic. I think one of us had it on VHS at one point.
I might have had a bootleg, but
I don't remember. But no one of us had it on something. We didn't have it on DVD or anything. But I really like this.
That's a great movie.
No
one ever talks about this movie.
I really enjoyed this one. I always like Sandra Bullock. I'm usually not that big of a fan of Nicole Kidman.
No.
But I did like her in this.
She actually emotes in this. I don't know
I
if
liked
it's
her in
Sandra
this,
Bullock that makes her
but
emote, but
I don't know.
this is a great.
Yeah, I really like that movie. I mean, I have a thing for witches anyway, so. But another one of those double features. This one, thankfully, it's on 2 discs. I like when they do that. When it's not just shoved on one DVD.
I hate when it has like the locking.
Yeah, they just fall off after a while anyway.
Stop.
But one great movie, one just okay movie. Wes Craven's Shocker and The People Under the Stairs.
Oh, I love that movie.
I love The People Under the Stairs. We actually, the first time we ever saw it was Laserdisc.
Yeah.
I don't remember, I think it was in...
That was
in the
one
that your dad
Yeah, I'm
gave
pretty
me?
sure that was.
But it was in there. We had not seen it before.
It's a fantastic movie.
I love it. And now that's one of those movies we can check off the list because now we have this. We got it on Laserdisc first, then we found a Blu-ray, and now we have it on DVD, so that movie's done. There you go. Great movie. I love the kid in that movie.
Oh.
Both of them, but
he is the most adorable child.
One that I had, one of these 2 movies I have on Laserdisc. You actually watch it with me. But Rudolph Valentino, The Sheik, and Son of the Sheik. With some special features there. I know. This is like torture to put on for Amanda.
Like
but,
brain dead.
And you didn't watch this one yet, right? But Kong Skull Island, which is okay. It's not one of my favorite Kong
You're
movies.
like obsessed with Kong.
I love Kong movies. The original King Kong is one of my favorite movies, and I love the novelization of it. I've read the book like 3 times in a row. I just love King Kong, and this is definitely it's a decent modern adaptation, but I like that it's something a little different. It's not just remaking it because it's been done so many times, like Kong 76 and then the Peter Jackson one or whatever. But yeah, just being one. On. I know you didn't like that. I love that one. But I think
that's like 5 hours long.
It is. I understand when people think it's too long, but I think for me, I like that one because I like the original Kong. I think that's the difference. I think most people that really love Peter Jackson's King Kong really love the first one because that's kind of how he made it.
It was like 5 hours long.
Yeah, the whole
felt
movie.
Like 5 hours.
The whole movie is just a love letter to the original. That's what that whole movie is. So we have a sealed. I really like this movie. A sealed copy of Cinderella Man with the slipcover.
Never seen it.
Really cool. I really like this. This is my favorite Russell Crowe movie. Really like this. Yes, even more than Gladiator. I really like this one. I do like boxing movies, and I like Renee Zellweger in there. E.T. Neverending Story 2.
There's only one. There's only one that matters.
This one's okay. The first one is like it's a whole other level. It's like an A+ children's classic versus like an okay movie.
Yeah, I don't consider that one a classic.
Yeah, no, this one's not classic. This one's just kind of okay.
Decent.
Yeah. Third one's horrible. With,
it doesn't even
Jack
exist.
Black's like one of the kid bullies. I haven't seen the third one since we were kids. I
Yeah,
don't think
I
I've seen that
it.
since.
I haven't seen it in a really long
But yeah, this was good to get because we only had this on Laserdisc before. Tim Allen's The Santa Claus.
Oh, one of my favorite Tim Allens.
Love this. We used to watch the VHS tape every Christmas. The 90s Tim Allen was great. I have not seen, I don't even remember what's that show he has where he has the daughters instead of...
It's the same, it's Home Improvement with girls.
Yeah, but I haven't seen a single episode of that, but like 90s Tim Allen I really like.
And Bernard the Elf.
Yes, you would think for Bernard. Paris. And this is not one that Amanda's going to like. One of the lesser Planet of the Apes movies, but I really wanted it to have it to at least get a complete Planet of the Apes ones. It's okay, but a 2-disc special edition was really good. Special features actually of the Planet of the Apes, the Tim Burton one. I saw this in theaters. It was interesting. Occasionally there were moments where it went a little too Tim Burton for the subject matter,
but if you have a Tim Burton movie, you can't.
Yeah, but for the most part, I think he was more tame than in a lot of stuff. Like
Yeah,
I think
some Tim Burton stuff, it's like
it goes a little too off the
Tim
wall.
Burton.
But this was really interesting.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, you found this one at the dollar DVD sale. You found this one, but Planet of the Apes, a collector's edition of the first movie. This was a
first movie.
There. This one I did not watch. You watched this one. You read the book first.
Yeah, I didn't realize they were children's books.
Yeah, you read.
I was confused by
that.
that.
They were those children's books.
It was like young adult books,
Yeah. But I know you read it. Remember, you said it was very different.
It's extremely different, but still entertaining.
Yes.
I have a problem with sharks.
Yeah, well, you love shark movies.
I'm terrified of sharks.
But you watch shark movies all the time.
Bit of a masochist.
Yeah, so...
why do we have this?
This one's funny.
The first one is fine. After that, like, why are...
Yeah, well, after this, I don't care.
No, the first one,
care about, like,
we have the
wedding
first
or anything,
one, that's all I need. I don't.
But, okay, so now we're going to get the next pile here. Alright, moving on here. This is a great movie. Small Soldiers.
We need to watch that again. I haven't watched that in years.
I've seen it because Terry likes it.
Yeah.
My little cousin really likes it. But yeah, this is fun. I really like that movie.
I love them. They're awesome.
This is one we didn't realize was on DVD.
No.
Because a lot of these aren't, or the DVDs are like really out of print and hard to find.
If I like it, it's hard to find.
Yeah, the collectible classics, Pocahontas. What's the company? I forget what it is. The Good Times. Good Times. Yeah, Good Times.
Yeah.
You had a
Good
lot of
Times.
those Good Times VHS versions of.
Which I never realized were all drawn by Japanese people.
Yeah, a lot of them.
Like,
you look at the
everything
animation
I liked
and it's
was,
all
like, Japanese
like
without
Poochie
really-
and all that stuff, and like you get to the animation side, and it's just a bunch of Japanese names.
It's a good
30th
movie.
anniversary edition of Bedknobs and Broomsticks.
It's amazing. I love
I like
that
that
era.
Yeah. I actually like this more than Mary Poppins.
I like it
I
too.
think
this
they
is a
get
better.
compared a lot, and I actually like this better.
I
I
don't
really
think anyone
like.
compare it. No one talks about this, and this is a great movie. I love it.
Oh, we'll hold off on this one. I'm gonna put it with the other one
No.
that goes with. But this a movie that I have seen bits and pieces of. I don't even know how many times on like TV and things like
Yeah,
that.
I don't remember the last time I
But
watched the whole thing.
I've never seen the whole thing until we
I
got
don't
to
know if I
like
have.
it just like in a row. I've seen things out of order or whatever. But Howard the Duck,
It's so weird.
George Lucas.
It's so weird.
It's terrible, but I actually kind of love it. Like it's really bad, but it's really entertaining. And sometimes because it's so weird and bad, it's a very bizarre adaptation
Lucas
of like
either
a comic.
does a great job or like you're like, what is even happening?
It's weird, but I don't know. I think part of why I love it too is because it is very 80s, and I really
is a
love the
very
80s. Like this to me is very enjoyable. This is a movie that you can sit with a bunch of friends and watch and just have a good time. Like it's weird and it's pretty bad, but it's funny. The whole way through is just entertaining. This to me the one true Batman. But it's a collection of 5 episodes of the 90s Batman animated series.
With Mark
The
Hamill.
Legend Begins. Yes.
The Joker.
I really like that. I'm not a massive Batman fan, but I like that Batman.
Yes.
So I really do. Volume 5, The Ninja Turtles.
Our turtles.
Yeah, I love turtles. I was obsessed with turtles at like the right age. We were like the perfect age to grow up with the turtles. One that Disney just...
I don't understand
This is one of
why this-
the short list of Disney films they just kind of forget about all the time. But The Black
I don't
Cauldron...
think it's a bad movie.
No.
I just don't understand why.
This was just during the
The
dark
ages.
days, where Disney's the animation department was not quite what it used to be, and then we had the Renaissance when we were growing up. We kind of grew up during that. This is really cool. Another movie we're done with. We have it on Laserdisc and Blu-ray DVD combo, but this is a really cool Vista Series multi-disc collection for Who Framed Roger Rabbit, which to this day, when we just talked about Bedknobs and Broomsticks, I think this surpassed anything that came before it with the combination of live action and animation.
You just like Jessica Rabbit.
No, the whole thing is it's incredible. And I think even there have been ones like a Looney Tunes one or Brendan Fraser and things like there have been a bunch they've done since then. None of them have looked as good as this, as seamless the whole way through. To me, I think this has not been surpassed.
And you have the original receipt.
Yeah,
there.
the original Disney Store receipt from the original owners in there. But yeah, this is a really nice little collection. So I really, really like this movie. So Bob Hoskins is great, and like the whole thing is just
He's amazing.
it does such a good balance to where it's like a kids movie mixed with a film noir. It's such a weird
I think
comedy.
some
It works.
actors
It works so
are
well.
better than others at interacting with either Muppets or,
Yeah, either Muppets or, like, yeah.
things that aren't there.
So All Dogs Go to Heaven,
I love that movie.
the Cry Your Eyes Out When You're 7 type movie. There.
I did.
This one, every time I see this, I don't know, for some reason it reminds me of you, and I don't know why.
We watch this
The
constantly.
Brave
growing
Little
up.
Toaster.
I'm just a brave little toaster. This is a great movie.
I never saw any of the direct-to-VHS sequels, like Echoes of Mars or
Those
something.
don't
I never
matter.
saw any of those, but the first
we've
one
seen those,
is really
but
good.
It's a great movie.
I don't care how much crap I get for it, and I think you'll agree with me.
Oh,
I
yeah,
prefer this
absolutely.
to A Bug's Life.
Absolutely.
I prefer Ants to A Bug's Life. This
This-
movie is
yeah.
so good. A lot of times the DreamWorks, like, we're gonna try and compete with Disney stuff is a little subpar, but
No.
This is great.
I'd say
I like it.
50-50.
I-
I'd say there's
I
like
like-
a 50-50
I
chance
know.
it's going to be better.
this is great. Ants is awesome.
Yeah.
This was really funny. Kind of Disney making fun of themselves in a way, charming way that worked out.
It reminds me of Shrek,
Enchanted.
where it just, like, makes fun of the fairy tale.
Yeah. Yeah, I think this was done pretty well. I remember.
I prefer
liking
Shrek,
that.
but
The Prince of Egypt.
that's an amazing movie.
I know you love
For
the
someone
music.
who's not super religious,
Yeah. It's
I think
really
it's,
well
it's
done.
a beautiful, beautiful.
really
and
well
I
done.
love the soundtrack. The
Yeah.
score is amazing. It's
Speaking of good
fantastic.
score, one I know you don't
okay.
like. Go watch that man right out of my head.
Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Is that what you said?
Yeah, but South Pacific, I like that. That's a good movie.
These are Stefan movies.
Yes, 2-disc collector's set of It's a Wonderful Life. like that.
Hooray.
Small pile over here. Go reach down to that one. Oh, here we go. But something about Mary.
Never seen it.
One of our favorite people. We have Brendan Fraser, George of the Jungle.
Poor Brendan Fraser.
It was great. And one that I had not seen before. Amanda,
I can't believe you've never seen
you loved this as a kid, but Encino Man. That was really funny.
It's really funny.
It was so ridiculous. It was funny.
It's so 90s.
There were a lot of points. The only thing
super
about it
90s.
was that every once in a while, there's a little too much Pauly Shore.
Yeah, there's a little bit too much California.
If you cut him back like 10-20%, like his, I think it would really be great. He's good in small doses in the movie
so
like
90s,
this, but oh my gosh,
it's
he was
so
a little too
90s,
much. One that we both, neither of us have seen. I've heard really good things about it. We both like Danny DeVito, but Ruthless People.
I love Danny DeVito.
And Bette Midler, but Danny DeVito is why I really want to see it.
Mostly Danny DeVito.
So again, Sandra Bullock, I like her. 2 weeks notice.
Never seen that.
My Blue Heaven with Steve Martin and the always amazing Rick Moranis. I've never seen anything that he's been in where I didn't like.
I miss him.
I like him in everything. He's
I feel
great.
like he's my TV dad or my movie daddy.
Movie daddy.
Movie daddy.
He's fantastic.
I love him.
Brendan Fraser, Journey to the Center of the Earth.
That's like the end of Brendan Fraser.
Yeah, he's so good at the mix of like action comedy, like family appropriate type. Like he's so good at that. Like he just like the first 2 Mummy movies, not third one, but the first 2 Mummy movies like this. Like he's so good at that kind of stuff. He's
Indiana Jones,
yeah,
but sweeter.
yeah. I really
I
like
miss him.
Sean Connery, one of Amanda's crushes there, and Richard Gere, and
One of like every person ever's crush.
Your mom, my mom, like most women that I know, everyone's mom, like Sean Connery. But First Night.
Yeah,
So I've not seen this in a
a
long time. This I really liked seeing it. Pearl Harbor, big box set version of that here.
I haven't seen that in years.
All I can picture, as soon as I see this cover, all I hear is South Park or Team America, the Pearl Harbor sucks song when he's on the motorcycle. I'm like, that's all I hear every time I see it because like it's like stuck in your head after a while.
Yeah.
Another one that you had seen that I had not seen before that was great. I love.
Yeah, I can't believe you because you're such a film snob.
Yeah,
this is something.
This is the type of movie that I would have seen normally. Like, it's weird. I don't know how I've never seen it, but you read the book too, right?
The book is the
Virgin Suicides. This was fantastic. I loved this. We are definitely gonna grab the Criterion Collection version that came out not that long ago. This was fantastic. Yeah, I have no idea why I've never seen this. I think it's just one of those things that.
Yeah, like you're such a film snob that I feel like you.
I don't know how.
You would have seen
I don't know how I've never seen it, but.
Yeah, if you haven't seen it, definitely see it.
That was fantastic. I love that.
Yeah.
Alright, so I'm going to take another cut here, move some of these over. One that I saw thanks to recommendations on Laserdisc Forever group because they were talking about the Laserdisc version of this movie, The Crush. Really enjoyed that. This was a really good sort of Lolita type nymphette movie. It definitely...
I can't believe there's a type of like genre.
But it definitely... I understand some of the problems that people have where...
He's not that stupid.
It relies on a lot of the adults in the movie being just downright stupid and oblivious and gullible.
Making decisions that they would like a normal adult would never make.
Yeah, it stretches believability in a couple of places to try and like here's the plot and here are the points we want to hit. So oh crap, like they're gonna have to do something stupid to make sure this is able to happen.
But I feel like there's ways to get to the same resolution, like the same ending.
It could have been better, but I think once you get into it and like that suspension of disbelief with those like a little bit of those weird decisions, I think it's really good movie. That was a lot of fun. This was an interesting collection that we ran across.
It's weird.
It was a collection of Buffy the Vampire episodes, Curse of the Hellmouth.
Buffy the Vampire? Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Didn't I say Slayer?
No, you said Buffy the Vampire.
No, Buffy the Vampire Slayer. But it has, I was reading the back here, it has The Pack from Season 1, Halloween from Season 2, Passion from Season 2, The Wish from Season 3, Helpless from Season 3, Fear Itself, and Hush from Season 4. Hush is really good.
Hush is like...
same time, same place from Season 7. So,
Hush is
pretty interesting.
Episode.
Underworld Blood Wars. Now we have all the Underworld movies. But yes,
I wish more people have seen it. Like, I think they're just such a great series.
They're fun,
of
like that comic booky type. Like they're really good. I like a lot of those.
Yeah, they're fantastic.
But another Kate Beckinsale, White Out. It's always cool when you find an old Blockbuster one, if it's in good shape, because sometimes those are destroyed. But yeah.
Yeah, I miss.
This is a terrible movie, but if you've seen it and you know that I'm a huge fan of Gene Roddenberry's Andromeda, you'll know why I like it. Because there are several cast members from that in reverse roles though.
Why are you so excited?
Becca's the android. Yeah, it's awful, but it's funny awful.
Never seen that. I have no desire to see that.
It's funny awful, and being a fan of Andromeda makes me really
That's
like that.
weird.
But likes the Doig. Nightmare on Elm Street. And then a double feature of Nightmare on Elm Street and Nightmare on Elm Street 2. This is one of those series that I really only kind of like the first one. A lot of those horror ones, like Friday the 13th.
Yeah,
and stuff,
after a while they just get absurd.
Some of them some goofy ones stand out, like Jason X or things like that. But it's like a Leprechaun. What are
Leprechaun?
642 of those by now.
Well, same with Chucky.
He's in the hood. He's in space. He's in everything. He's everywhere.
Yeah, it gets a little ridiculous.
A giant stack here. Here's a bunch that Amanda will not want to watch in a row here. Clark Gable and Jean Harlow are already right there. Okay, I'm going to watch it. In China Seas. This is one of those budget releases that actually ends up looking really, really good and has good special features. Like, every once in a while, some of those are better than you'd think.
My favorite one.
Yeah. She had to sit with me and see this in the movie theaters, and you did not like it. It was a Fathom Events, 2 years ago, 3 years ago? Somewhere around there. Dr. Strangelove.
I feel like if they had cut 20 minutes off of this, it would have been it would have been a good movie.
No, I really love Peter Sellers, so that was...
You do?
20 minutes.
Oh my god.
Yeah, one of my favorite Gene Wilder movies, which I think it does not get this talked about a lot. I think there are a couple of those of his, but Silver Streak. This is great. I really like this because the first quarter or so of it almost feels like a Hitchcock film, and then it gets more comedic as it gets along, and then once Richard Pryor is introduced, a little over the halfway mark or so, it really starts, but it never feels like it's changing genres midway through. It feels like a gradual progression from the point where he's thrown off the train forward. It's really funny movie, and excellent, I think. Really done well. Cary Grant. Person who I know that you've seen a million movies of him in passing as I'm watching in the room. But Only Angels Have Wings. Nice 50s icons collection. 3 good movies, one I couldn't care about. We have Gentlemen Prefer Blondes, The 7-Year Itch, An Affair to Remember with Cary Grant, and then Elvis Presley in Love Me Tender, which I've not seen and probably never will. But the rest are really good.
I feel like you're not allowed to have that unless you're 75 plus years old.
Hey, there's 3 really good movies on there, and then Elvis.
Your mom likes Elvis?
Yeah, I know my mom really likes Elvis, but she was the right age for Elvis. She was a teenager. But another one that this you might have to be 80 to really enjoy. But this I really like, the Bubsy Berkeley musicals. So that's really cool. You have Dames, Gold Diggers of 1937, Footlight Parade, and my favorite, 42nd Street. Especially the end number there. This is really cool. Dick Tracy. I don't know why. I don't like when they do this. Sometimes on these releases, they put the screenshots and then they colorize them for something that's completely in black and white. And I don't know why, because someone who's going to want to watch this is more likely than not going to want to watch it in black and white. So it's I don't know why they add the colorize. I don't know.
I've seen weird. That one.
The Phantom of the Opera. You've seen this one with Herbert Lom?
Mm-hmm.
I've never seen this version of Phantom of the Opera.
I've seen
with Herbert Lom. Who, of course,
definitely not the best version.
Well, yeah. And one we picked up recently, we've both been wanting to watch. I've been wanting to watch this for a long time.
I never realized that was...
But Downfall, and you will recognize this actor's portrayal of Hitler almost certainly because it's a clip from this movie that they use for all of those, Hitler's freaking out, and they put the subtitles of he's freaking out, the Firefly is canceled, he's freaking out about EA Games doing something. They always do those. There's hundreds of them by now. But this is the movie that clip is from.
Yeah, I never realized.
So, yeah.
We'll watch the rest of it.
Yeah, people know from that clip.
But it's supposed to be a really good movie.
Yeah, oh yeah.
But...
Yeah. And those clips are always funny when you speak enough German to get the gist of what's happening. Underneath the subtitles is really funny. We have Revenge of the Nerds, Panty Raid Edition. Look at that, Amanda. Sean Connery in The Hunt for Red October. I actually know the book better than the movie. The movie I've only seen once, but the
really?
book was one of those book on tapes I would get from the library all the time when it was down the street from my old house. Mm-hmm. Tom Hanks in Big, one of the most iconic Tom Hanks movies. Crash.
That won a bunch of awards, didn't it?
Oh yeah. Crash was good, and it was one of those like shove a ton of celebrity names into it and hope it does big, and it was good. It was definitely good. I don't know. I think it's not quite as good as it gets credit-wise. I feel like it's heralded as a much better movie than it is. It is a good movie, but yeah, it's. I think there are better movies released around the same time. 50-50, which I got only. You might watch it because Seth Rogen's in it. But
I've seen it.
Yeah, you've seen it?
I've seen this.
Really? I didn't know you saw it. With Jason Gordon.
Yeah.
But I got this just because Laura Bertram's in it. That's why I wanted to see it. But,
that's why.
Yeah, 2-disc edition, $1 Million Baby.
My $1 Million Baby.
Yeah. Poltergeist.
Much different than I remember.
Oh, really?
Poltergeist?
Oh, yeah, Poltergeist. Yeah, we talked about this before. We got it on Laserdisc a few years ago and rewatched it for the first time since we were kids. And yeah, they had the same reaction where it was a very different movie and a more enjoyable movie. And I remember as a kid seeing it. And you watched these with me recently. You hadn't seen these before. Crocodile Dundee 1 and 2. 1 is an 80s classic. 2 is okay.
No.
It's alright.
She's a completely different character.
It's alright. But I think it's better because I've seen the other ones they made after this, which are unwatchably terrible. 2 is just kind of like,
It doesn't make it better.
2 is like, it's a kind of like, I watched Crocodile Dundee and it was fantastic. I want to watch a little bit more. I'll watch 2. Special edition of Monty Python and the Holy Grail.
Definitely not the best. I don't know why everyone thinks that's the best.
Which one's your favorite?
I personally like The Meaning of Life.
That's my favorite too.
And Life of Brian, but
I don't like Life of Brian that much, but Meaning of Life I do like better than Holy Grail. I don't know why Holy Grail just for some reason had this streak of more popular than the other ones.
I think it was more PC. I think it was less like.
I feel like I hear it quoted more frequently. I feel like I don't know. There's something about it that I feel like maybe it just has a wider appeal. I don't know.
Meaning of Life has more nudity. It's more inappropriate.
I guess I don't know.
think it's
I like that much better. That's much better. But the Infinity film release of Elf with a nice slipcover.
That's a great movie.
That's cool. That's one that I would not have back in the day ever thought was going to become one of the Christmas classics. Like I think there's of course the Christmas classics like the old stop motion and stuff like that, and then Frosty the Snowman animated ones. But then there's a couple like even Tim Allen's The Santa Claus and Home Alone from late '80s, early '90s. Some of those that have become kind of Christmas classics, and like the Muppet Christmas Carol. I would not have thought this would have been one of those, but I think it's kind of become that. I think it's kind of almost reached that status by now. Yeah. Congo. This is hilarious. Not supposed to be, but it's but it's funny. It's enjoyable. This is one of those where the book is definitely better. I think Jurassic Park for me is the other way around, where I like the movie much more than the book.
I don't know. The book was very enjoyable.
I like it, but I don't know. That movie I think was done so well.
I think for us, there's no comparison just because
I think
nostalgically.
Our age, but
the book is completely different.
Congo's definitely the other way around.
Yeah.
But okay, we're gonna take another pause. A couple more piles here.
We're not done yet.
All right, we have a couple more left here. These are a bunch that I picked up right in a row at Goodwill. They just had in one bin. Do you remember this? Like 5 months ago now at this point. But a bunch of movies, some Korean, some Japanese, just a little bit of everything. But from Tartan Asian Extreme, Coma.
I feel like that was last year. I have no.
I know so much has happened in the past.
We're so screwed up with like this year.
Between all our crazy neighbors and like going to court and all that stuff, and the move, and there was a horrible move. It was not a smooth move, and getting into a new place, living with your parents for a couple months. Like it's just this whole.
Yeah, I'm so
years
screwed
has
up
been
with this
insane,
year.
but sort of the assassin. 2-disc collector's edition of The Host. That's really cool. Gun Crazy.
Is this a scary movie? This looks like a scary movie.
Yeah, it's scary.
Ew.
This one is disturbing. It depends on like I think what your tolerance is for gore, but the audition.
She looks happy.
This, if any movie could be called downright stupid funny, it's Kung Pao Enter the Fist.
That was just
it is
stupid.
so stupid, but it's just it's so stupid that it enters the realm of funny for me because
I don't know. I don't think it really entered that realm.
I don't know. I think it's one of the stupidest things I've ever seen.
Yeah,
but it's funny.
No.
But I don't know.
No.
Legend of the Fist with Donnie Yen.
Donnie Yen.
Yep, so Donnie Yen. And In the Line of Duty 4 with Donnie Yen.
Still have to watch Iceman.
I know, the sequel. Yeah, I did. Come Drink With Me, classic, another one in the Dragon Dynasty collection. Slowly putting that together. Amanda's very excited because they're numbered on the spine. So, and I agreed I want the whole collection, so she's like, yes. But the standalone.
We've never had this before.
The standalone DVD of Rumble in the Bronx.
How many copies of that do we have all together?
Well, there are 2 in this pile, including this. So wait, 1, 2, 7. Our own standalone DVD of Rumble in the Bronx.
Just in case.
In fact, here, right here. 4 favorite martial arts films collections: Rumble in the Bronx, Showdown in Little Tokyo. That's funny. You gotta see that. Bloodsport, my favorite Van Damme movie, and The Corruptor was all right. Mark Wahlberg and Chow Yun-Fat. That one's all right, but yeah.
I feel like it's in every collection.
Yeah, Rumble in the Bronx. I feel like it's added.
Like,
yeah, because I think there's one other collection on my list to get of different films that has Rumble in the Bronx also in it. It just like gets added in. So, it's one of those. But 4.5 hours, the Spirited Killer trilogy from the action team behind Ong Bak. So Tony Jaa, who I don't know, he just was not. He did not raise and come to the level he was supposed to. He was really supposed to be like the next kind of big action star, but he had some really good movies and then a bunch of crappy movies. He just another Mill Creek collection. I didn't realize that was Mill Creek.
There's so much.
What are my Mill Creek things we actually have? Another one of the Dragon Dynasty collection, Dog Bite Dog.
Dog Bite Dog.
2 disc. It has really good behind the scenes and different special features, interviews. Like all these releases are really good. But the movie itself, this is easily my least favorite so far. The ones I have in that collection, it was just kind of okay. I don't know. It really was definitely not the best, but it has a lot of good special features, good stuff to watch afterwards.
Got another one.
Yeah, gotta complete it. A really bad copy of Snake and Eagle's Shadow. Jackie Chan. A lot of the earlier Jackie Chan, especially the U.S. releases with the weird dubs. Some of those are just really bad quality.
I don't know how you can watch those
Some of them are
dubs.
bad.
I don't even know what's happening.
Really beautiful film if you have not seen it. The Assassin. This is just gorgeous. Beautiful, beautiful film.
We're not done.
Yeah,
We're not done.
Yeah, we're not done. But
we should have an intermission.
Intermission. I just dance on the screen or something.
No.
The special edition of The Abyss. Fantastic movie. Yeah. This is another one of those cool collections of a bunch of different movies, and they each have
We've been finding a lot of those.
And they each have their own DVD, which I love, because a lot of the times, like, oh, here's 4 movies, well, here's 2 double-sided DVDs.
Double-sided DVDs.
But thankfully, they're all on their own, and they're all movies I owned other versions of, so this is kind of like, okay, this completes those movies for me. But we had the 80s Flash Gordon with the Queen soundtrack, The Last Starfighter, Dune, and Battlestar Galactica, the theatrical version of the beginning of the series. So this is really cool. I mean, this is a cool little collection. This is just to pop this in.
That is a good variety of.
Yeah, and these are other ones that like I had. Dune I have on Laserdisc, Last Starfighter I have on Blu-ray. Like
we don't have Dune on just regular DVD?
No. This is our DVD copy now because we have its own DVD.
I assumed we had that.
No, but that's why this was cool because this is ones where like I didn't have like Last Starfighter I had on Blu-ray. Dune Laserdisc like I didn't have just the DVD. So like there you go, one shot.
Just assumed we did.
Other ones we didn't have on DVD because we grew up with them and just didn't have it on VHS and just never had copies ourselves.
What an amazing movie.
But yeah, episode 2 and 3.
Oh, 3.
3, we were watching a week or 2 ago the making of it. It's hilarious. Like just watching George Lucas, he's like a senile, like he's
with his stamp.
Was going through and they're going through and he's okaying all this stuff and they're getting started with like pre-production is getting close to wrapping up. I guess I should write the script now. Like it's just funny stuff. Like it's really funny. The behind the scenes are great. We have the Steelbook Blu-ray. Now we have a standalone DVD of Arrival.
I love this.
This was so good. This really just that and Annihilation, I think, are 2 of the 3 best sci-fi movies I've seen in the last like 10 years.
Yeah, I feel like they were really well done.
And both of them were much better than I thought. Like Arrival, I was very uncertain of.
And much better than they get credit for, I think.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's weird that people aren't.
Yeah, Arrival was really good. Really, really good.
Yeah, I love that movie.
One that we, again, another one of those weird ones that we had on like every other format, but did not have a standalone DVD.
Weird.
The Evil Dead, the first one. Because we have like multiple VHS copies and have it on Laserdisc, and we have the deal with Blu-ray with not a DVD. Just
Now we
have
do.
those. Another one of those giant collections. Some movies we have, some movies we didn't have, but a 6-film Schwarzenegger collection. Yeah.
So random. what
But
they have on
a
this.
newer Arnold one, which I'd not seen. I've not seen a lot of the newer Arnold stuff. The Last Stand, since he stopped being the Governator, I haven't seen a lot of those comeback movies of his, so I had not seen that one before. Terminator 2, that's another one like Rumble in the Bronx, it just gets put in all these packs. Like Terminator 2, we have 4 copies on DVD. Because
And I think Terminator,
because it's
the
with
first
other
one
movies.
is so much better.
Yeah, I prefer the first one.
I like the first one.
But Terminator 2,
so
it's just
much
put in all these packs. Like Red Heat, which we don't have a copy of. Another newer one, Maggie, which I had not seen. Hercules in New York,
That's a
fantastic.
really weird one to have.
Yeah, Hercules in New York. But this is one that I know it's on Laserdisc and some older formats, but it's not as good because it only has the dubbed over. Like,
Oh, really?
What makes Hercules in New York good is on DVD to have Arnold's original voice track. His original audio is what makes the movie. It is great.
Yeah, he's totally Greek.
Find horses, wow! Find chariot, but where's the horses? And like all these, he's hilarious. And just everything. And of course, Total Recall, my favorite.
Total Recall. We've never had a copy of that before.
So, The X-Files Fight the Future. I had that on Laserdisc, and I'll have to go with the DVD.
And this
of the
next
series.
one's my favorite.
I love this movie.
No.
This is my favorite, like, quirky kind of B movie.
It's not even quirky. It's not even quirky.
This might be your most hated of the movies I like that you dislike because
I don't know.
I don't know. I think you talk
There's
a
a
lot.
long list of.
You talk a lot of shit on this movie, and I really like it. But
This is ridiculous.
Barbarella.
Do you like this? Does anybody like this movie besides him? Is there anyone under the age of like 50 who likes this movie? Who's seen this movie?
Barbarella is good. Barbarella is great.
No.
But yeah.
No. I don't even know what happened.
But that's one of
People
those
were-
like I have that on
people were doing a
Laserdisc.
lot
I
of
have that on
drugs.
Betamax sealed. Like
Yay.
the standalone DVD
Another one
for
I'm
Blade
not
Runner
watching?
2049. Because they had it on other, the combo format and everything like that. But they got the standalone. Because just like its older brother, just like the original, I don't have that version of Blade Runner. The number of times Amanda's heard that. Don't you have that? I don't have that version of Blade Runner.
But they look so similar to me.
Yeah, I don't
Like,
have
I
that
swear we
copy.
have this exact same
Yeah.
copy.
I have the copy with 2 discs. I don't have the copy with 1. I have the copy of 5. I don't have the copy of 3.
Blade Runner is such like a film snob movie.
Well, and there's
Like,
so many different cuts of it because they're like the working print and the theatrical cut and then the international theatrical cut and like director's cut and final cut and like the Best of Gilda Radner for Saturday Night Live. This is the last of the SNL DVD sets that I was looking for. There's only a couple that I wanted, like Eddie Murphy and stuff, but Gilda Radner is good. Some classic SNL. Discovery Channel 2-disc documentary. Documentary has 4 parts to it, but China Rises. It's nice when you can find documentaries at like Goodwill for $1 or $2, like, cause a lot of times documentaries are harder to come across good ones, or they cost a lot.
They cost a lot.
Like
yeah.
some of the Ken Burns ones, like some of the PBS ones, are like $40. I was like, are you kidding me? Patrick Stewart, The Planets.
Yeah. I wish they had more Patrick Stewart documentaries.
I had a version of this on my old Power Mac. There was an interactive version of this, learning about the solar system and things. I remember that.
It's so much better because it has Patrick Stewart.
So, Michael Jackson, Video Greatest Hits History.
Yeah.
So, yes,
That's awesome.
some of the best music videos ever. One that we got a while ago, and I still haven't had a chance to put in. I just haven't had the
No
time.
idea
Another
what
one
that
of
is.
those. It's another one of those interactive DVD games. And the
Oh,
very
joy.
yeah, like 99 to maybe 2000, maybe 2001. It was only a couple of years. They had some of those interactive DVD games, but Tender Loving Care, an interactive movie. I have a couple of those. Like I have the Xena one. I did a video on that one. They were pretty awful. They were all like an awful idea.
It's an interactive DVD.
But I have not tried this one out yet. So with John Hurt, like it's a pretty. I think it's gonna be interesting at least.
Okay.
They're all like, even though they're horrible, it's a very fascinating experience because it's like, what the hell is this? But yeah, I have to put this in. I haven't checked it out yet. But
Not today.
yeah, not while you're home, right? One that I can't believe wasn't in a video already because it was back with your birthday in February. But we found this.
It was.
I found the weirdest box I've ever seen in my
This is the
life.
stupidest box set ever. Like, who was like, this is a good idea?
Yeah, it's
to
like the
have-
spine. It's like a bunch of really loose individual box sets,
even
just
get
with like a
them.
big spine glued together. But the first season of Mutant X, which is far more entertaining than I remembered. 'Cause
This is so 90s though.
Oh yeah, it's very, very much of the time. But yeah, the middle part's falling out. But it got re-released recently along with
yes,
Beastmaster.
I can't wait for that.
I forget what studio did that. We saw they recently did that. So
They look really
we're
cool.
definitely going to grab that rather than try to find all the old sets for this one because it's the weirdest box release I've ever
I
seen.
don't know who was like, this is a good idea.
But while you're fooling around with that, we have the Back to the Future trilogy.
Which is weird, I thought we had that.
There are a lot of movies like this that we just didn't have in our collection because we grew up with the family having a copy. That
And
we
you just assume you have
yeah,
it?
because we don't think about it. We never bought for ourselves over the years, but now we're getting a lot of those. Like, you see, like a lot of the Robin Williams, a lot of the kids' movies that we just grew up having collections, like having copies in the house that we just haven't bought for ourselves over the years. But the Back to the Future trilogy is a cool box set, a lot of extra features which are really cool. For me, I mostly just like the first one.
Yeah.
Second one's
Yeah, the first
okay.
one's-
Third one I've watched twice maybe in my life. Like I don't really need that one. Married with Children season 1. One of those shows that I only really like in the very beginning. Like I don't know. After a while, I only like it in the very beginning.
Yeah.
But big collection of 20 films. Alfred Hitchcock: A Legacy of Suspense. A mixed bag. It's another one of those Mill Creek collections, so it's a mixed bag on the quality. Sometimes you'll put them in and it's like, all right, this is a pretty solid DVD release. And other ones you put in, it's like, what is this filmed with? But pretty decent collection. The Lady Vanishes, The Farmer's Wife, The Mannix Man. 2 episodes of Alfred Hitchcock's Presents are on here. Rich and Strange, 39 Steps, Secret Agent, Champagne, Blackmail, just a whole bunch of ones here. The Man Who Knew Too Much. So a lot of good earlier Hitchcock stuff. This one is very bizarre. The Director's Collection, a 10-movie set, another Mill Creek one. Very mixed and very odd. It's a collection of movies from very noted directors, but usually not their most well-known films. It's a very odd collection of films. But because of that, some of these I had not seen before. I actually really like some of these. Get to see sometimes earlier work, sometimes more oddball work from some directors. Strangely though, you do have one like classic movie has a Criterion, His Girl Friday, with Cary Grant, which is on 2 other Mill Creek collections I have. They just put it in there. That's a fantastic.
Probably got it really cheap.
Yeah, it's a fantastic classic movie, but that's in a lot. But some odd ones here: Lola, Voyage to the Planet of Prehistoric Women. It's a weird butchered Russian movie made into American movie. Dementia 13. Some real interesting ones here, but yeah, very interesting collection. Lola, I think, is normally known as, is it Twinkie, I think, or Twink, or I forget what the actual original, it's a British title is. I forget what it is, but show that I really like. So I have a thing for witches. So Sabrina the Teenage Witch.
That's Clarissa.
Yes, the
Her
first
name
season.
is Clarissa.
Yeah, if you grew up in the '90s, I feel like Melissa Joan Hart was just a huge part of like being a kid back then.
Yeah.
Alfred Hitchcock Presents season 2.
He's looking down on me. I don't like that.
This is really cool. This tin case Akira special edition DVD set. This is cool. This kind of sits upright on the shelves there. It's a nice Pioneer release. There we go. Hard to open up. Nice. Ooh, they have all kinds of advertisements for collectibles and stuff, and it's a really cool set there.
But a much cooler set.
Yes. Indiana
So
Jones, the Adventure Collection. Very
Yeah.
shiny box.
Shiny box.
Includes the 3 good ones. There are other box sets, of course. Not all 4, but that one at least has 3 good ones.
These are the only ones that matter.
Yeah. This was really cool find. This was Salvation
That's a
Army
really pretty
a long
one.
time ago. The Legacy Collection for the Planet of the Apes.
I feel like we got that so long ago.
It was a long time ago. It was like at this point half a year ago. But this is really cool, and it also comes with, it's all the Planet of the Apes movies, and this is really cool behind the
Not
Planet
all
of the
of them.
Apes. No, all the original Planet
All
of
the
the Apes
originals.
movies. All the original Planet of the Apes. But yeah, this, I love this. I remember seeing this the first time I ever saw Planet of the Apes. Some point, I don't remember when it was, we were in elementary school, and there was a marathon of literally, it was this behind the scenes featurette,
They did that
and
all
then
the
every
time,
single
where they
one,
would just
like
have,
just
like,
marathon
over
all of
and
them.
over and over.
But it was like the first one I saw. It was, I think we might have been eating dinner or something. I remember it was in the summer because I was allowed to stay up like all night and just watch them. And
They did that
and
a bunch
I
of
did.
times, though.
But I just remember that was the first time I saw them, and I saw the documentary. Like ever since then, I've really enjoyed Planet of the Apes. I could do without the short-lived TV series, but the original movies are I really love them. Fantastic. Especially, of course, the first one, obviously the best, and then Escape is really good. Conquest is good. Beneath is hit or miss in parts for me, and Battle was okay. It was all right. Yeah, beautiful box set.
Yeah.
And yeah, we are done. So, yeah, by this point, I would have already put up my Laserdisc one, and now this is DVD, and there are a few more to come. So I hope you'll join us for the next one. This is the longest one by far.
Oh my God.
But hopefully you enjoyed it, and now
we have to put this away.
Yeah, now we have to spend the next half hour plus putting them in their correct spots.
Which should be easier than taking them off the shelves.
I don't think it's going to be the other way around.
I don't know.
This is going to take a while. I'm going to go start laundry.